Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Bonnie, one of your worship quest leaders from Idlewild Baptist Church. And today we're going to learn about some new music friends that live on our musical staff. Now remember, our musical staff has what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines and 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. And that's where our musical staff, remember, 5 lines, 4 spaces. That's where our musical friends live. Now we have our clefs that live on our musical staff, treble clef, bass clef, okay? We have our note family. Remember our note family? We have our whole note. That just takes one because it takes up the whole measure. We have our half note, which is 2 beats. It takes 2 of these to make a whole note, okay? And these are clapped 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah? And now remember, our whole note is clapped 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Then we have what? Our quarter note. Our quarter note gets 1 beat, so you need 4 of those to make up a whole note or a whole measure. And how do we count these? They get 1 beat, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, right? 1 beat. And then we have our 8th note. Remember, it's a closed space system and 1 flag. That's our 8th note, and they count as half of a beat. So we count those with ands. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. There's 8 of them that make up a whole note. 8 make up the whole measure, okay? 8, because they're each worth a half of a beat, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, now the new family the new friends that we're going to learn about today is the rest family. Now, a rest. If you're resting, are you loud and noisy? No. You are quiet. You're silent. Silent. Well, silence in music is called a rest, okay? It's called a rest. Silence in music is called a rest, all right? So if there's a note, if there's some type of note, it has to sound. You have to play it. You have to be able to hear a note. But if it's silent, sorry, my glasses keep slipping down. But if it's silent, it's a rest. They're called rests. Okay? Now, our first rest for the day is a whole rest. Okay? It's a whole rest. Just like our whole note, it takes up the whole measure. And it gets 4 beats. It gets 4 beats. But do we hear those beats? No, because it's what? It's silent. And one way to remember that it's a whole rest. Now, it's on the bottom of the line. See the line? It's on the bottom of the line. Makes it look kind of like a hat upside down. Well, if you have an upside down hat, you can put stuff in it. You can put the whole thing in it. So this is our whole rest, okay? It's our whole rest. It's on the bottom of the line. Our whole rest takes up the whole measure, and it has 4 counts. Now, how do you count a rest? How do you clap a rest? Because if you clap, there's a sound, and you can't have sound if it's a rest because that's silence. So how do we do that? This is how we do a rest, how we clap a rest. We do our hands out like this so that they don't touch, okay? We have them out like this, and then we count how many, okay? So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So for every beat, we kind of pulse, or we kind of move our hands a little for every beat so that we know we're counting the beats, okay? So a whole rest is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. So that's our whole rest. Whole rest. All right, then we have our half rest. It looks a lot like the whole rest, but what's different? It's not upside down. It's up on top. It's not below the line. It's on top of the line, and it looks like a regular hat. And also hat and half both start with H-A. So if it looks kind of like a hat, it's a half rest. Half rest. Now, how many beats does our half note get? It gets 2. So how many beats of silence does our half rest get? 2. That's right, 2. So it would get 2 silent beats. So how would you do 2 silent beats? You do this, 1, 2. Do it again, 1, 2. That's how you would do our half rest. Now, what's next? Our quarter rest. Now that's kind of funny looking. It goes zig, zag, zig, curve, zig, zag, zig, curve. It's kind of a funny looking one. And if you see this, you need to remember it's a quarter rest. A quarter rest, okay? And how many beats does our quarter note get? Our quarter note, remember our quarter note? It gets 1 beat. 1 beat. So how many beats of silence does our quarter rest get? It gets 1 beat of silence. So it would clap like this. 1. That's all there is to it. Just 1. Just 1 bounce of silence. 1 beat of silence for 1 quarter rest. A quarter rest. And what's the other rest? It's our 8th rest. 8th rest. Now remember, our 8th note has a closed face, a stem, and 1 flag. Well, our quarter rest has a stem and 1 flag. 1 flag. That's our 8th rest. 8th rest. Now if there was a head of a circle down here, which is a note head, then it would be a note. And we'd have to make it sound. We'd have to clap it. But there's no note. So it's what? It's silent. It's a silent 8th rest. 8th rest. Now, an 8th rest is half of a beat. It takes 2 of these, right? It takes 2 of these to make a quarter note or a quarter rest. All right, so if you were clapping this one, remember, we count them with ands. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And that would be our 8th rest, or 8th note if we actually clapped it, okay? But since it's our 8th rest, it's going to be silent. So how do we do those? We would do them 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, so if we combine some of these, all right, remember, 8th rest has a stem and a flag. Our quarter rest is that funky looking zigzag, all right? He gets 1 beat. 8th rest gets a half beat. Our half rest gets 2 beats of silence. And our whole rest gets 4 beats of silence. So how would we do that? Let's see if we can put some of these together. Let me take a half. This is our half rest. Remember, it looks like a hat. And let's take our half note. All right, let's see if I can prop them up. And how would we count this? It would go 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, our hands are out here for the silent, and then we clap for the beat, okay? Now let's see if we could do our quarter. Whoops, upside down. Our quarter rest, okay? Let's see if we did our half note and then a quarter rest and then a quarter note. How many beats is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'll work, okay? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. All right. Now remember, if we have our 8th rest and an 8th note, yeah, and let's put a quarter note, and it flew away. Well, we can't use our quarter note because it just flew away, but we can use, let's see, 1, this is 1, 2, half, half, so that makes 3. Oh, we can use a quarter rest. Let's see if we can clap this. Let me put it together here. All right, so we're going to do, we're going to do it this way. All right, so we've got a half note, a quarter rest, an 8th note, and an 8 the rest. Well, he's just kind of slowing down. So how would we clap it? We'd go 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait a minute. Where are my notes? We've lost notes again. Oh no, the wind keeps blowing them away. Hold on just a second. Let me go get it. Ugh. I saved our 8th rest. Let me get the other one that blew away. Hold on just a second. Be right back. Ugh, it was further away. Huh, got it. All right, now let's see if we can do this. All right, so we said we needed 4 beats, right? So here's 2, right? Here's another one that makes 3. Now let's do half and half makes 4, okay? So it's 1, all right, so it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, all right? 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Then let's see if we move these around. Take our 8th away, and let's put our half note. That's 2 beats. Quarter note is a beat, and a quarter rest is a beat. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we can clap this one. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, if it's a rest, we go out so our hands don't make any sound. All right, do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. Now, Miss Bonnie will hopefully put a link to our rest cards with this video so that instead of you having to make your own rest flashcards, you can just download them and copy them, print a copy out and cut them out and use them, okay? And that way you don't have to make your own. Whoo, loud truck goes by. So you don't have to make your own. You can just download them and print them yourself, okay? So remember, who's next in our family? It's our rest family. So our rests are, there's our whole rest, our half rest, quarter rest, and 8th rest. Okay? So, like I said, have fun, download the rest flashcards, and then you can combine them with your note cards and have all kinds of fun patterns. Next time what we'll do is Miss Bonnie will make some more of her rest flashcards so that we can use them to make patterns using rests and notes, okay? And then we'll see if we can clap them and see how many different things we can do, okay? And then of course you can practice them at home. You can have games and play and see who can get the rhythm right, okay? So, have a great day. I miss you guys. But remember, we now have a rest family that lives on our musical staff too. So rests and notes. Okay? Have a great day. See y'all later. Bye.